Hello students, welcome back to the math class. Today we are going to start the questions of exercise 7.2. Last time we have finished already the questions of exercise 7.1. Short example I will take at the last. Okay. So today we are going to start 7.2 question. Before that we need to see the two theorems over here. First is called as isosceles triangle theorem. This theorem statement is given in such a way: angle opposite to equal side of an isosceles triangles are equal. Means suppose we have given that one isosceles triangle. I will explain you with the help of one figure. So suppose if I take one triangle here. Suppose this is my given triangle. Okay. And the name of this triangle I am taking as ABC. This point is A. This is I suppose as B. And this I take it as C. And in this triangle, since it is isosceles, I suppose side AB and side AC are equal. Okay. So basically, what we have given in the question or in this particular theorem. So see, we have given that in triangle ABC, AB and AC are equal. Here I am taking the AB and AC are equal. You can take any of the two sides are equal. Then how theorem work, that we will see. Then what will happen if AB and AC are equal? Then the angle opposite to these equal side will be also equal. Now if I ask you which angle is opposite to AC, observe in front of AC which angle is there? Angle number B. Similarly, if I ask you, suppose if I ask which angle is opposite to side AB. Let me write down here angle B. Yes. Now which angle is opposite to side AB? So we will say here that will be angle C. Okay. Similarly, we can say that suppose if I change the equal side, suppose I take if AC and AB are equal. Sorry, AC and BC are equal. AC and AB we have taken already. Then in that case, okay, which two angles will be equal? Look at in front of AC. Which angle is there? Still it is angle number B only. In front of AC. Okay, so that is angle number B. But in front of BC, look at BC. BC is at the bottom. So in front of BC, the angle is coming here. That is angle number A. So angle B will be equal to angle A. And similarly, if I say the side BC is equal to side AB, BC and AB are equal. So in that case, which two angles will be equal? Again see in front of BC, which angle is there? That is angle number A. Okay. And in front of AB, look at the side AB. Inside AB, which angle you are finding it? That is angle number C. So angle A and angle C will be equal. So this theorem says simply if two sides are equal, then the angle opposite to them will be also equal. Now we shall see the converse part of this theorem. So converse part says if two angles are equal, then side opposite to them will be also equal. You can read the statement once. Side opposite to equal angle. Here angles are given equal. Okay. So here you need to concentrate on the things which are given to us equal. So suppose if I draw once again one triangle, and in that triangle if I take two angles equal. So suppose this is my triangle. Okay, and in this triangle if I take name as ABC, we'll change the name this time, we'll take it PQR. Suppose if I take that name here P, Q and then R. Okay, and if I say in triangle PQR, in triangle PQR, suppose if I say if angle Q is equal to angle R, okay, angle Q and angle R are equal. So this is my angle Q and this is my angle R. In front of angle Q, which side you are finding it? Observe, remember we have to find out the side in front of angle Q. So in front of angle Q, I am finding here PR. So PR will be equal to, in front of angle R, which side you are finding it? In front of angle R, you are finding the side PQ over here. So PR and PQ will be equal. In the same manner, if I say angle Q is equal to angle P, okay, so in that case, which two sides will be equal? Again, see, in front of angle Q, side PR is only coming, but in front of angle P, if you see it carefully, side is coming here QR. And similarly, if I say if angle P is equal to angle R, because that is the only possibility remain. Q and R we have taken, Q and P we have taken. Okay, so now P and R we shall take. Now see, in front of angle P, in front of angle P, look at angle P and look at the base. That base QR is coming in front of angle P. So QR will be equal to, in front of angle R, side is coming here PQ. So QR and PQ will be equal. This is your converse part of the isosceles triangle theorem. Okay, normally in CBSE textbook, then the name of this theorem is not given as an isosceles triangle theorem. So we shall not give the reference by this name. We shall write down the reason by some other ways. But this theorem is called as the isosceles triangle theorem also. Okay, now we shall start the first question. See the question number 1. In the first question, see what we have given here. In an isosceles triangle ABC, AB and AC are equal and the bisector of angle B and angle C intersect each other at a point O. Join A to O, then we have to join it, and we have to show that two things here. First one is OB and OC are equal and AO bisect angle A, means AO divide angle A into two equal parts. First of all, see, in this question figure we have not given. So first, by looking the information, we shall draw the figure. So suppose if I say I have given one triangle ABC over here like this, or little bit we can extend it because we require little bit bigger. Okay, so this is my triangle ABC here that they are saying, and in this triangle I will say side AB and side AC are equal. Okay, so here we shall mark the name as A, this point I will mark as B, and this point will be marked as C, and AB and AC I am marking R, their sides are equal. Okay, that is the given thing to us. And what they are saying now, bisector of angle B and angle C intersecting at each other at point O, means from the angle B we need to draw its bisector, and from the angle C we need to draw the bisector of angle C, and both are intersecting at a point O. So let us draw the bisectors here. First of all, I will draw the bisector of angle B. In this way we can draw it. Okay, similarly let us draw the bisector of angle C. Yes, right, so both the bisectors are meeting at a point O. So wherever you're looking the bisectors are coming, that point I am supposing here as O. Okay, and one more thing, we have to join A to O also. Okay, because in the question it is written that join A to O. So let us join it. From this point we shall join, then we can give the name as, shall draw it once again. 1 minute, let me join it properly. Yes, correct. And this point I will suppose as point O. So A to O we have joined it here, right? Now see, these are the given things. Okay, first of all we shall mention this all in our given. So here we shall write down the given things. In triangle ABC, we have given that AB is equal to AC. One thing. Second thing, we can say BO and CO. Observe, BO and CO are bisecting the angle B and angle C. So BO and CO are bisectors of angle B and angle C. Okay, these are the two given things. Now what we need to prove here, that we will mention. So to prove would be here, first part we'll write down, we need to prove OB and OC are equal. That is the required thing. Okay, and second thing is AO bisect angle A. AO bisect angle A. That is, that we shall clarify here. Okay, that what it means. See, if AO is bisecting angle A, means AO is dividing the angle A into two equal parts. So suppose these two parts I am talking about, these two parts I will say this is my angle number 3 and this is my angle number 4. Angle 1 and 2 I am giving some other angles. So suppose this 3 and 4 I am talking as a two part of angle A. Observe, angle 3 is one of the part of angle A and angle 4 is also the another part of angle A. So only these two parts are there I have made up till now, because line AO is dividing the angle A into two parts. So if line AO dividing the angle A into two equal parts, then we have to show that here angle 3 is equal to angle 4. So to say that AO is bisecting angle A, it is sufficient to show that angle 3 is equal to angle 4. Okay, now we shall start the proof. So first of all, in the proof, what we shall write down? Before I start the proof, as I told you, I will take angle 1 and angle 2 over here. So this is my angle number 1 and this is my angle number 2. Okay, so let us begin now. First of all, we shall write down in the question, in the solution, in triangle ABC. See, in triangle ABC, what we have given here? In triangle ABC, we have given that AB is equal to AC, that we have given in the question. Okay, so that only we are taking here, AB and AC are equal because with the help of given things. Now, just now we have covered the isosceles triangle theorem. So we know that if in a triangle ABC two sides are equal, then the angle opposite to them will be also equal. So now you look only triangle ABC, the side, the lines we have drawn inside the triangle, that you erase from your mind for some time. Okay, so look at only triangle ABC. In that triangle, see, side AB and side AC are equal. In front of side AB, which angle is there? Angle number C. In front of side AB, we have angle C, and in front of side AC, we have angle B. Right? Here, reason we shall give angles opposite to equal sides. In short, we will write down the theorem in such a way: angle opposite to equal sides. Right? Now angle C and angle B are equal. Okay, once again you can check it. See, in front of AB, the angle C is there, and in front of AC angle B is there. Okay, so here angle C and angle B are equal, or else we can write down angle B is equal to angle C. So or angle B is equal to angle C. Now let us multiply these two angles by 1 by 2. So multiply by 1 by 2, because I know that in the equation I can add any term on both the side, I can subtract, I can multiply, or else I can divide. So here I am multiplying by 1 by 2. So half of angle B is equal to half of angle C. Right? Now see, in the question what we have given, the second given is BO and CO are the bisector of angle B and angle C. Okay, now try to understand, if BO is bisecting the angle B, then we can say that BO is dividing the angle B into two equal parts. You are seeing angle 1 as one part, and above the angle 1 if I mark one more angle, suppose if I mark this one as, actually we don't require this angle, but suppose if I mark this angle as 5. Okay, so I will say that here angle 1 and angle 5 are the two equal part of angle B. Similarly angle 2 and angle 6 if I mark above, then I can say that two are the equal part of angle C. Now what will be the relation between any one equal part to the whole angle? Means the relation between angle 1 or angle 5 with the angle B. Suppose if I say the value of angle B is 50 degree, then what will be the value of angle 1 or angle 5? Definitely it will be 25 degree. Okay, so 25 is half of 50, means in short we can say that angle 1 is half of angle B. Okay, so that only I want to say that here. See here we have half of angle B. So in place of half of angle B, I can write down angle number 1. And similarly half of angle C, I can write down angle number 2. Okay, because angle 1 and angle 2 are the equal part of respective angles. Here we can say since BO and CO are bisectors of angle B and angle C. Okay, now angle 1 and angle 2 I got equal. So again look at the main figure, because again with the help of this we shall achieve our first part. Look at the triangle OBC. Now only look the triangle OBC. Okay, in triangle OBC you observe angle 1 and angle 2 we got equal, right? And we know that in a triangle, in any triangle, if two angles are equal, then side opposite to them will be also equal. So angle 1 and angle 2 are equal. So in front of angle 1, which side is coming? Look at in front of angle 1, and you need to see only in triangle ABC over there. Okay, so I will say angle 1 is opposite to the side OC. Similarly, angle 2 is opposite to the side OB here. Again, the same theorem I am applying, but I am applying the converse part. In the beginning, I have applied the main isosceles triangle theorem because the two sides I have given equal. So angle I have written equal. Now angles are given equal, so side I am writing equal. But only the thing is that in that earlier case the triangle was different, and here the triangle is different. Concept I am applying similar only. So in triangle OBC, once again see, in triangle OBC, if I ask you angle 1 and angle 2 are equal, then in front of angle 1, which side is coming here? In front of angle 1, observe that is coming side OC. And similarly, look at the look at the angle number 2. So in front of angle 2, which side is coming here? That is coming as side OB. Okay, so we can say that here OB and OC, in short, they will be equal. So let us write down now. In front of angle 1, I am writing here as OC, and for angle 2, I am writing as OB. Here, reason we can give, since sides opposite to equal angle. Side opposite to equal angles. Okay, and OC and OB are equal, or else we can say that here OB and OC are equal. So exactly we have brought the first part as required. OB and OC are equal. This is my equation number 1, and I will say here we have proved first part. Right? Now let us see the second part. See, now in second part what we need to prove? As I told you, in the second part we have to prove that AO bisecting angle A. Okay, so for that what we shall prove exactly? Angle 3 and angle 4 are equal. Okay, for that purpose I will take two triangles over here, triangle AOB and triangle AOC. See, I am taking two triangles first, then I will show you which things are equal over there. First, let me take two triangles. This is my first triangle, and similarly I will take one more triangles. Yes. So first triangle I am giving the name as AOB. It may be one-to-one correspondence and it may not be. When we shall place the corresponding value, we'll come to know. Okay. And second triangle is AOC. Now, in these two triangles, first of all, see what we have given equal over here. First of all, see AB and AC are given equal. That is given in the question only. AB and AC are equal. Second thing you observe, AO and AO are also equal because it is common side, AO and AO. And look at the equation number 1. Just now we have proved OB and OC are equal. Right? So observe, all the three corresponding pair of sides are equal in these two triangles, and we can say that by side corresponding congruence theorem, we can say these two triangles will be congruent. And we know that if two triangles are becoming congruent, their remaining corresponding part will be also equal. Now here who will be the remaining corresponding part? The remaining angles, because we have not talk about the angles while proving them congruent. So here angles will be equal whichever are remaining. Okay. So see, our task is to prove angle 3 and angle 4. So angle 3, what is the name of angle 3 here? BAO, and angle 4 is CAO. Look at the angle BAO. Yes, BAO is coming here. Right, this is my angle 4, and CAO, this is my angle number 4. Are they corresponding? Yes. And we know that if triangles are congruent, their corresponding parts will be equal. So angle 3 and angle 4 will be equal with the help of CPCT, and hence we can say that the second part will also get over. Okay, so now we shall write down in the part number 2. First of all, I am taking two triangles. In triangle AOB, and triangle AOC. While writing the name of triangle, you must make sure that the names are coming under one-to-one correspondence. If you draw such kind of figure like I have drawn here, then you will never attempt any such kind of mistakes. Now, first we shall write down the equal parts here. So AB is equal to AC. Reason you can write down given. Okay. Then second one, AO is equal to AO. That is with the help of common, we can say. Third one is OB is equal to OC. OB and OC are equal. That is with the help of equation number 1. Okay. So now we can say that therefore triangle AOB is congruent to triangle AOC. Okay, and as I have told you earlier, if these two triangles are congruent, then angle 3 will be equal to angle 4. That reason we can give as CPCT, corresponding parts of congruent triangles. Or else, if angle 3 and angle 4 are equal, what we can say? AO bisect angle A. Okay, and here we can say that we have proved here part number second. Proved second part. Okay, so this complete the proof of the whole question. Long question it was. This question, if comes in the examination, it will come for 4 marks minimum. Okay, otherwise one part we can ask you for 2 to 3 marks. Now let us see the second question. Quickly, now we shall try to finish the question number second. In this question, see what we have given here. In triangle ABC, AD is the perpendicular bisector of BC. One thing we have given. Second thing, we have to show that here triangle ABC is an isosceles triangle in which AB and AC are equal. So we have to prove that AB and AC are equal over here. Now see, first of all we shall classify the given in a proper manner so as it is useful for us in the proof of this question. So first I will write down the given. In the given, see, first we shall mention in triangle ABC here, what they are saying, AD is the perpendicular bisector. Now look at the two words separately. One is perpendicular. So AD is perpendicular to which side? It is given to us BC. So see, AD is perpendicular to BC at a point D. So if this angle I mark as angle number 1, this angle if I mark as angle number 1, and corresponding to that this angle if I mark angle number 2. So angle 1 and angle 2, we can say that both will be equal to 90 degree because point D is a point of perpendicular. AD is perpendicular to BC at a point D only. So at the point D it is making an angle of 90 degree. So it is not making on one side, it is making on both the sides. So angle 1 is equal to angle 2 is equal to 90 degree. That we have given in the question. Okay. Now second thing, what they are saying, AD is perpendicular bisector of BC, means AD divide BC into two equal part. AD is the bisector of BC. In the previous question we have seen the sum of the sides for bisecting the angle. So they were dividing the angle into two equal parts. Here the side is dividing another side, so it divide them into two equal part. So BC two equal part will be here, BD and CD. So BD and CD will be equal. That is the second given to us. Now what we have to prove here? Let us write down the to prove section. In the question they are saying that you have to prove AB and AC are equal. AB and AC you have to show equal, means in short we can say triangle ABC you need to show as an isosceles triangle. Now let us see the proof. Now for the proof, see, as you know that since we are studying the types of congruent triangles. So here definitely we need to show two triangles are congruent. When two triangles will become congruent, their remaining corresponding part will be also equal. So one of the remaining corresponding part will be here AB and AC, and that will be equal because triangles are congruent. So here what I will do, first of all I will draw the two triangles to show you how they are congruent. So let me draw first of all two triangles. This is my first triangle, and adjacent to that I will draw one more triangle. Okay. Now what would be the name of these two triangles? See, first triangle name I am giving here as A D B. See the name of two triangle you need to decide by your own, and not only the names, you need to decide the name under one-to-one correspondence. Don't worry if your sequence is mismatched, since you are making the two triangles separately. That's why you will always observe the sequence is coming properly or not. Okay, sorry, here name I have given wrong. This point will be D and this point will be C. Let's start. Let us see our sequence is correct or not. First of all, let's see. We have to prove that here AB and AC are equal. And you see, if I am able to prove two triangles are congruent, then side AB and side AC are already coming as a corresponding side. So only we need to prove these two triangles are congruent, and we can say yes, the sides corresponding side AB and AC will be also equal. Now see what we have given equal in this question. First we see BD and CD are equal. That is given in the question. So this we can mark as equal. Angle 1. What is the name of angle 1 actually here? ADB. So this angle is my angle number 1. And ADC, this is my angle number 2. So angle 1 and angle 2 are also equal, right? And the third thing you observe, AD and AD are also equal. How we can say AD and AD are equal? Because it is common. And observe side angle side theorem is clearly applicable here to say that the two triangles are congruent. Okay. So first we shall write down in the proof, in triangle ADB, in triangle ADB and triangle ADC. ADB and ADC. First, we shall mention here BD and CD are equal. BD is equal to CD. That reason you can give here as given. Okay. Second, you can mention angle 1 is equal to angle 2. Either you can write down given, or if you want to differentiate, then you can write down here this one in a more proper manner, each 90 degree. Third one you can mention here as AD is equal to AD. That we can say with the help of given. Okay, given. Sorry, AD is equal to AD, that is common. Sorry. Okay, so here we can mention the reason as common. Now we can say therefore triangle ADB is congruent to triangle ADC. That we can say by side angle side rule. Okay, so if these two triangles are congruent, we can say that AB is equal to AB and AC will be equal. How we can say AB and AC are equal? With the help of CP CT. Okay, so we can say therefore if AB and AC are equal, Now we can define in one more manner. We can say triangle ABC is an isosceles triangle. Okay, and this was only required to prove. So at last we should mention here, hence proved. Okay, so students, we have finished two questions today. Actually, I want to solve one more question, but session is already over. We have consumed 30 to 40 minutes already. So next time we shall start from question number 3rd onwards.